So thank you very much. So what we are looking at day 7, we'll be looking at visualization all the way. So, and I'm happy to introduce two speakers to us. One of them we supposed to connect all the way from Abuja, but she's having issue with her connection. But she sent a video earlier today. In fact, when I went through the video, it's wonderful. She even went to the extent of combining PowerPoint with BI, came up with wonderful presentation and visual. So what we intend to do for today's session, we are uploading two videos, part A and B. So our video, I think that should be part B. Part A is the session we'll be having today. And today, the second Power BI queen, she's a data guru, and she happened to be the secretary of this user group. And she's no one but Abisola Onubi. She is a wonderful lady. Anything around Power BI, give her a call. She will solve it like magic. So she's here today to run us through visualization live, and our session will be recorded. So we are going to upload this also. This will be called part A. So if you get there, you will see two visualization for day 7. So the second one, please, is wonderful. It has to do with, I saw for the first time, I'm seeing PowerPoint coming into Power BI. So that's interesting. And Abisola will give us a wonderful section. Abisola, how are you today? Hello, Abisola.
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Ah, we
I'm
need
fine.
you
Thank
to.
you.
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
fine. Thank you
Better.
very
So
much.
I can hear
Yeah.
you clearly now. I guess others will appreciate if you can
Okay.
do
Okay.
this. So,
Okay.
Abisola, was your day?
Fine. Thank you. Fine. Thank
Yeah,
you
so
very
we
much.
have a wonderful section today, and we seriously believe you are going to do justice to the topic for today. And oh, great. So I'm happy to see the data queen. So, Abisola, are you ready for us today?
Yes, I am.
So what are we looking at today, Abisola?
Okay. So we're going to be looking into data visualization. Um, we're going to be looking into the different visuals that we have on the Power BI interface. The available visuals. We're also going to be checking out how they can be used and a lot of formatting analytics that can be done on these visuals.
Okay, so our data queen is ready for us. Are we good to go? So Abisola, can you share your screen?
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good
I
afternoon.
Okay. Like I said, I'll be taking us on Power BI visuals. So, very quickly. Please. Okay. So, yeah, Power BI made this in 10 days. So this is just something brief about me. You can check it out later if you want. All right, so straight to the point. Power BI. We all know what Power BI is. We've been talking about Power BI for the past 6 days. So I don't think I need to go so much into what Power BI is because I'm sure that the other speakers have done justice to what Power BI is. But I want to point our attention to something. Now, this second paragraph tells us with Power BI, you can connect to different data sources. Yes, that's the first thing you do, of course. Connect to different data sources on a user-friendly interface and bring your data to life with stunning interactive visualizations. So you have your data, you've modeled it, you've cleaned it, you've analyzed it, you've done all sorts with it. But what about visualizing it? Like that is the end goal of your data analysis. That is the reason for your cleaning. That is the reason for your modeling. That is the reason for your analysis. So without data visualizations, we've not yet come to the end of what Power BI can do. We've not come to the peak of what Power BI can do. So visualizations is a very important aspect of Power BI, and which are put together to build live reports and dashboards, of course. So without visuals, you cannot build reports and dashboards that you share with others. So visualizations is a very essential part of Power BI. So that's just what I want to point our attention to. And then I explained here, data visualization is a graphical representation of data. Can you mute your mic, please? So data visualization is a graphical representation of data, yes, and helps us to communicate relationships as a whole. So yes, connect different data sources, Power BI, analyze, model, create columns, use that measures. But what is the end goal of all of this? Why do we do all of this? Visualization. So visualization is a very important aspect of Power BI because without it, no reports and no dashboards. All right, why do you visualize your data? I'll just summarize everything I put in here to share insights more effectively. And then when you have somebody that doesn't have an idea of what data analysis, big data is, and you show him probably a column chart that just summarizes number of people by state, he understands because visuals are appealing to the eyes. So visualizations make it easier to share insights and make it more effective too. All right, so some available Power BI visuals. So we're going to be going into just the Power BI visuals that are available on the Power BI desktop for today. So probably tomorrow dealing with that's how we can import and all. But for today, we are only looking at the ones available on the Power BI interface. All right. So these are the other ones. You can check them out later. You get the slides. Then uses of Power BI visuals. You can check them out too. These are the various types of. And then finally, here, I was just trying to point our attention to the necessary parts of Power BI, of the Power BI interface that we'll be using for our visualization. So we have the canvas, the filters pane, the visualizations pane, the fields pane, and then we have the home tab that we're majorly using for our visualizations. All right, so straight to the demo now. Yes. Can someone just respond? I just want to know that we are following. Are we following?
Following.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello? Are we following?
All
All right. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You need to understand
I
that
just wanted to confirm.
I might
Okay.
have you.
So
Hello?
very quickly. Yes, you can mute it. I just wanted to be
Hello?
sure that we're following. You can
Yeah,
mute your mic now. You
you.
can mute your mic now.
Yeah.
All right. Very much my data is a very simple data set. I'm not going to be performing any advanced calculations on it or measures because all we need to learn today is how to visualize data. And I'm sure that the other speakers have done justice to ETL, modeling, and all. So I'll just go straight into visualizing data sets. All right. So here we go. Okay. I don't know why this is taking time. Just be very patient with me. Okay. So here we know what this means. These are the tables and these are the sheets. You do not import sheets into Power BI. You import tables, and I know we've been told that earlier. So I don't need to go into details. So I'm going to just be picking the tables. I intentionally named them as tables. well cleaned before you load it in. Okay, so I have my data set loaded in, and quickly I just want to check that my data set is in the right condition. So here, my branch table, I can see that this is a whole number, which is the way I want it. This is a text, which is perfect to launch the columns when we get to the modeling tab. For now, we can do them as decimals. Manager is a text, so perfect that way. Then for the sales table,
Hello, Abisola, can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
I think our internet is very, very slow.
I guess it's our network. So someone may have to call her.
Okay, let me put a call across through to her.
okay, I'm back. Can we all hear me? Hello? Please
We
confirm.
can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear
We
you.
can hear you, but your screen is black.
Yes, can you
No.
just let me know when it's perfect?
We can see your screen. Your screen is up now.
Is it up now?
Yes, your screen is up.
It's up now.
Okay,
Hold
okay.
on.
I
Yes.
sincerely apologize for that. I sincerely apologize. So I'll just continue and quickly rush up. So Peter sales table, for the sales targets, we have it as a decimal, which is good. So I want all our sales fields to be decimals. And for the sales table, let's see sales. Okay, sales is a whole number. I would like it to be a decimal field too. I want all my sales columns to be decimals. So I'm going to change that to decimal. And then let me see. Okay, this is a time column. So I will want this to also be changed to just time. I do not want it as date time. So I want it as just time. I just want to see the time. And then time range, of course, pizza ID whole number, branch ID whole number. So that is perfect. So my table is good. And then I can close and apply. All right. So let me just talk as this tries to load up. So generally Power BI visualizations obviously is learn and go around and learn and go around. So there's no two way to learning how to visualize your data. All you have to do is learn and learn and learn and try to visit these tabs and see what they can do to your visuals. So it's just being creative all in all. So that's what visualizations is about. Visualization, there's no special clue to learning visualizations. Learning it yourself is the clue to learning how to visualize Power BI. So I'll wait till our query changes apply. All right. So our changes have applied. Okay, cool. So we have our tables here. If you like, you can decide to change the table names, which is up to you. But then I'm going to just leave it like that. That is not my major goal for today. But very quickly, I want to take us to the data tab. Sorry. And so there are some fields here that needs to be changed. For example, the longitude. So for the longitude, you have to change it to a longitudinal data. So I'm going to change it under the data category longitude. And likewise for the latitude, we're going to change it to a latitudinal column rather, not data, column. So I have them as latitude and longitude. And if I come here, I can see that they've been changed to locational columns. This shows that it has been changed. So that is perfect. And then very quickly, I need my sales in Naira. So I'll change this to currency. I want to be formatted as a currency value. And I want this to be in Naira. So yeah, despite the fact that I want to visualize, we have to make sure our data is in good shape. So that's why I'm going through all of this. So I'm going to quickly look for Naira. But I'm not going to go through this process again. Don't worry. This is going to be as a suggested currency just after this. So it will be right on top. We don't have to scroll that much anymore. All right. So sales amount, change this to currency. And okay, here, and then change this to Naira. So Naira, I have this as Naira. Okay, and oh yeah, I almost forgot sales target too. I want sales target to be currency and in Naira. Yes, I want all my values in all my sales values or columns in Naira. Likewise, sales table, I want my sales to be in Naira. Our time is running. And here, currency, Naira. All right, so I think we are good. And then also, you have to be sure that your relationships are well connected. So you want to perform visualizations and your relationships are not well connected, you don't have your relationships in order, you're going to fall into a very big trap. So you have to be very sure about this. So let's look at the tables. We know the sales table is our major table. Let me just in a little. All right. So let me just rearrange, bring the branch table here. So this connects to the sales table one-to-many relationship. We've been taught relationships, so I wouldn't go over that again. And then I want to connect the dates on daily sales table to the dates on sales table. So I'll just drag and drop. Yeah, like that. So I have my one-to-many relationship here too, which is perfect. Don't worry, you have the data after this tutorial, so you'll be able to go over it yourself. So my relationships are well connected. So yes, I'm ready to perform my visualizations. Yes, very quickly, I want us to go into the first visual. And the first visual we're going to look at is the bar chart. So you can do two things. You can either come to new visual or come directly to this place to click your bar chart. But I'm going to do this first. So you see the two the different ways we can go about this. So new visual. Here I have my new visual. I can drag and move around. I can increase it. I can try to move it here, depending on wherever I want it to be on my canvas. I told us this is the canvas. So I'm going to plot managers, the managers in each of these branches. Here, manager. So I can click on manager or drag manager onto the axis, whichever way. So when you click on manager, it could go to the legend. All you have to do is take it from the legend and put it on the axis, because manager, of course, has to be on the x-axis. And then my value will be the sales. So how much sales have the managers produced over time? So sales, the value. Sorry about that. Let me just click it here. So here, so we have this, and I can do different things with this. I can decide to change the title. So I'm just going to show this on this visual. All the other visuals we're going to be doing, I'm not going to be showing all of this. So title, just understand that this pane is called the analytics pane. This is called the format pane, and this is called the fields pane. So on the format pane, you can go through the format pane and do whatever you want to do to your visuals. Perform any changes you want to perform. I can decide to put on the data labels. Sorry about that. I can decide to put on data labels. As you can see, it shows my data labels. So let me minimize this so that I have more space on my canvas. Let me minimize this, and let me minimize this too. Okay, very well. So I have more space on my canvas now. So I can try to put on or put off the x-axis, whichever one you prefer. So I can do a lot to it. I can change the title. I can decide that I want it to be just sales. So it all depends on whatever you want to format, do with the formatting pane on your visual. So that is that. So I'll just be going, that is that about formatting. So I'm just going to be going straight into visualizations and then come back to this, to the analytics pane. So next, I would like us to look at the line chart. So here's the line chart, and then this is the line chart. So you saw I just clicked on the line chart and it appeared here. But note that you do not, whenever you have your visual still selected, do not click another visual. It will change the visual. Like you can see, that just happened, right? So I'm going to go back, Ctrl Z, and then click outside, and then select my visual. So you do not select while the other visual is still selected. So let me remove this. I remove a visual and have this. All right. So here's my line visual, and I want to plot dates by sales. So I have these dates, my sales table. So I'm going to, let me drag my dates to the axis. So I'm using different methods. I'm dragging sometimes and I'm clicking sometimes, whichever one is perfect. Dates by sales. So my sales will be my values. Yes. So Y2 means that you can have another line chart. So if you have probably another value, something else, maybe sales, whatever, another thing, you can put it here, and then you have two line charts, just like it's shown here. So I just have one line chart. I only want to see sales by date. I don't have any other thing now. So here's my line chart. So this is what a line chart looks like. So this line chart shows trend over time. So that's about the line chart. So quickly, let's look at the gauge chart. So this is the gauge chart. So gauge chart. On the gauge chart, I want to see my sales by my sales target. So my manager gave me
I'm sorry, I can't see your
sales target.
screen.
Okay. Can every other person see?
Please, if you cannot see the screen, exit and come back into the meeting. Please, quickly do that.
We can see the screen.
We can
Yes,
see
I
the
can.
We
screen.
can see the screen. Continue, please.
Alright.
We can see your screen.
Okay, very well. All right, thank you. So for the gauge chart, For example, I want to see, so I've been given sales targets by my boss, and then I want to see if how close I am to meeting it. I'm not sure. I want to see my total amount of sales by my total sales targets that was given by my boss. So here's my gauge chart. What is my value? My value is my sales amount that I have. So my sales amount is what I have, which will go to the value section. I am not checking counts. I want to see total amount of sales. So you come to this drop down. You can do whichever you want to. If you want to see the average, is fine, but I would like to see the sum. So I can come here and click on sum. So here, this is my sales. So I've had 47.37 million naira sales so far from the 3rd of December to the 15th of December. But I want to see how well I've performed over time. So I'm going to take my sales target and put it into the sales target value. But I don't want to see the count. I want to see the sum too. Sum by sum. You can't do sum by count. So I want to see the sum. So here, my sales target is 47.37 million naira. And I have 45.24 million naira. Of course, I'm close, but I've not gotten there. So this is what gauge chart shows me. It shows me how close or how far you are from your target. So if I did not want this as my end goal, all in all, I wanted probably 50,000 naira, or I even wanted this particular value as my end goal, I could, for example, okay, let's say I wanted 50,000 naira. We've been taught how to create measures, so I'll create a very, very quick measure. So new measure. We've been taught how to create measures, so I just want to brief us on that, because while you create visualizations, you still have to perform little calculations. So let me do maximum value. So my maximum value should be 50 million, which I want to do now. So maximum value, 50 million naira, enter. So I have my maximum value 50 million naira, right? But I want it as a decimal, just like all the other sales. So as a decimal, I can change it here. And I can also say I want it as naira. So you just go. Here you go. Change it to naira. Oh, I don't like looking for this. I hate it so much. But then, naira. Okay. I wish naira was just the first thing you see on the list or something. All right. So I can decide to bring. So now I've created this, right? So I can decide to bring my maximum value to here. My gauge chart. Here's my gauge chart, right? So maximum value. Come to my maximum value. Yes. So here I have 50 million as my maximum value, and I have this as my target. I have this. So this could be my own goal. This is my boss's goal, and this is what I've had so far. So that's what a gauge chart shows you. It shows you where you are with respect to where you're going. All right, very quickly, let's see the card visual. Card visual. So this is what the card visual is. This is a multi-row card. We're going to look at that. But let's quickly look at the card visual. So here's the card visual. Card visual shows me a very big number. It emphasizes a very big number, and I like using that to show total sales or total amount or total things that have to do with total. So total sales here. Yeah. So far I've had 47.37 million naira sales. Wow. So that's what the card visual does. It shows a very big value. You can decide to format this, make the text bigger. I've told you, play around with the formatting pane. Go to the formatting pane and play around with this. I want to see what we can come up with after this section. I'll be glad to see it. All right, so tree map. Quickly, let me talk about the tree map. Here's the tree map. So a tree map shows several rectangles, which each rectangle showing how much of value you've had. So for example, if I'm plotting the branch, so for example, I have this branch, my branch by, oh, it fell in the right place, perfect. So by sales, so I want to see the sales I've had so far by branch. So let me minimize it so you can see what I'm doing perfectly by sales. Sales is my sales. This thing doesn't answer me sometimes. All right, so sales, yes. So here, so this tells me that it Ikoyi and Bagada, I've had the most sales in Ikoyi and Bagada so far, and I can decide to put in details. So I might want to see, okay, probably, okay, what is the, okay, I can decide to come to the formatting pane and put on the data labels. Yeah, so it shows me what I have in each of them. So obviously, yeah, you can see Ikoyi the highest, followed by Bagada. And I can also even decide to include the manager's names. That will become too clumsy, but then you can decide to include that too. That is fine. So that's what a tree map shows. A tree map shows you how much of value you had with respect to your grouping. So yes, so that's what a tree map shows you. And then quickly, I would like us to go into something I love very much. Our time is fast spent, but I'm going to do this. So let's quickly look at the map visual, which is a very awesome visual in Power BI. And here. So with the map visual, please, if you do not have internet, do not stress yourself so much. Your map will not come up. It will not come up. So you must have internet for your map visual to show. So here's my map visual. And I want to see these branches. I have the longitude and the latitude values of these branches. So I want to see where they are located. So I'm going to bring my longitude column to the longitude space, and I'm going to bring my latitude column to the latitude space. Here, so my map visual is up. This is supported by Bing. So Bing recognizes latitude and longitude. There are other maps, but this is the map we'll be looking at today. So I want to see this by sales. So how much sales have I had? How much have I made in each of these branches? How much have I made in each of these branches? So I'm going to bring my sales in size. So I'm going to bring my sales in as my size. Sorry. There you go. So I can see that, oh, wow, so far in this longitude, I've had this amount of sales, but I want to see what these places are. They're just showing me bubbles. I want to see what these places are. So what are these places? So I can decide to include my branch as my legend. So we don't need location. Once you have your longitude and latitude and they are correct, you do not need to input location. Sometimes when you have locations that are perfect, for example, you have states in a country and you bring in the states to the location space, it's to the data fields space, it pops it up automatically for you. But I like using longitude and latitude because they point directly to where I'm trying to show. So you can see that Surulere is the pink one, tiny pink one here. You can see that. You can see. All right. So I can also decide to add quantity to tooltips. So I want to talk about tooltips. So tooltips is just. Can you hear? Can every other person hear me?
Yes,
I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you
I
clearly.
can hear you.
Okay. All right. That's fine. All right.
Yes,
So
we can hear you.
okay. Very quickly, I want to talk about tooltips. So when I point to a bubble chart, you see these things that come up in this black box. They are called tooltips. But these tooltips come up automatically with respect to what you plot. But now I want to add something to the tooltips. So let me add the quantity to the tooltip. So here, quantity to the tooltip. So I've added quantity to the tooltip. Watch what happens. The quantity is showing on my tooltips rectangular black box. So that's what tooltip does. It helps you to add more details to your visual. Please, can you mute your mic? It helps us to add more details to our visual. So I can just hover on this point and have my details. And have more details. All right, more details about my visual. All right, so very quickly, let's go to another sheet. So today we're not making reports. I would have loved to make this more beautiful, but then for today we're going to make do with what we have and learn visuals, just visuals. So when you're being taught reporting and dashboards, you're going to see wonderful, wonderful, wonderful reports. So now I want to quickly talk about hierarchy. So I'm going to bring in my column chart. because I want to talk about hierarchy. Column charts are very good for talking about hierarchies. So with this column chart, I want to plot pizza. So let's go to pizza. I want to see my pizza sales. So this is what I want to see. I want to see pizza and then drill down into a pizza, a type of pizza, and see my sales over time for that particular pizza. So this is what, let me just do it, and you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm sure my grammar is plenty. So let's go to pizza. I'm going to bring my pizza to the axis and my dates. I'm also going to bring my dates to the axis. So let's go to dates. So this, do you know why we can move in between tables and just bring in columns from any table? We've created relationships. So relationships help us select. We can select from any table that are any of the tables that are related to one another. So this table, pizza sales table, is related to sales table. So I can select something from here and select something from here, and it works perfectly because I have my pizza ID here, which is connected to my pizza ID here. So I'm going to bring in dates to pizza. So I'll put it just below it. Why? I want the pizza to appear first, then I will drill down into dates. Now, watch what happens. Some icons appear here. These icons automatically tell me that there is a drill down here. You can drill something down here. So watch what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to take sales to the value field. And here, so let me expand this. I will bring it down back just for us to see perfectly. So now I have pizzas. Oh, okay. These are all the pizzas I've sold for between 3rd to 15th. But then I want to be able to drill down into barbecue chicken and see the sales I've had on barbecue chicken per date or per day. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to turn on my drill down. Drill down is turned on, and click on barbecue chicken. Oh, wow. So these dates show me that on 3rd of December 2015, I had 280,000 Naira barbecue chicken sales. On 4th of December, I had 244,000 Naira barbecue chicken sales. So I can drill back up and say, okay, I don't want to see for barbecue chicken anymore. I want to see for hot veggie. So hot veggie, oh, wow. Okay, so on the 3rd of December 2015, hot veggie sales was 364,000 Naira. And 15th of December, hot veggie. So that is what drill down does. And this is possible because I placed this in an hierarchical order in the axis space. So I could decide to bring dates up, and that changes the order. And then I drill down into 3rd of December, and I see the pizzas. So you could also create an hierarchy by arranging your axis in that manner. Your columns in your axis in that manner. So let me put up the drill down, and let's quickly go into something else. All right, I hope you got that. Remember, I can decide to attach data values if I want, data labels if I want. So here you have the data values. So much you can do with the visuals. Then very quickly, I want to show us the filter, which is very, very important. So here's the filter. Here's the filter visual. I love the filter visual. This is the filter visual. So the filter visual helps me to filter my data. So I do not have to go through stress to understand what is happening with a particular branch or a particular manager. I can just decide to filter by that manager. So let me filter by managers. So here, I'm going to filter by managers. Sorry, I clicked something else. Manager. Here. So this is my filter. So I can click on Berry Alice, and this drills down to Berry Alice. Let me show you that. Let me show you what happens. Oh, wow. So anything you see here is for Berry Alice alone. And I could also hold my control down and click on Carl Shaw. So anything you see here is for both Berry Alice and Carl Shaw. But then I love doing something to my filter visual, which makes it look really good. So I would like to change this to an horizontal filter. So here, my orientation, I want this to be horizontal. I don't want this vertical. I want it horizontal. Oh, wow, awesome. So here, I have it horizontal. Know that you can change the colors and all. You can do a lot of things to this. So I want it just above, just stay up here. So I can select this, and I know Harry Thompson is selected. It makes you know that, oh, something is selected or something is not selected. And you can also use the control down. hold the control button down to select multiple. So you can also add the select all button, whichever you wish under the select controls space. Whichever thing you want to do to your visuals is fine. And then so very quickly, I want us to look at the multi-row card. The multi-row card. So this is the multi-row card. Multi-row card. So I can check my pizza sales, different pizzas, and then check them by sales. So these are total amount of sales for each pizza. I could also check. Oh, okay. I want to also see quantity. So how many of these pizzas have I sold so far? So that's what a multi-row card does for you. So that is my multi-row card, and so many other visuals. There's the table visual. The table visual is really simple. It's just in form of a table, so I wouldn't even go into that. So like I said, you can filter your data. This shows the data for just David Benson at the moment. So all of this you're seeing is for David Benson. So I want to quickly tell us something about filters. So for example, I do not want David. I don't want this particular visual to be filtered by this filter visual, this slicer. So I want this slicer to filter only this. I do not want it to filter only I do not want it to filter this. I want it to filter only this, just this particular visual. So I can just go to I'll just click on my slicer and go to my format and click on edit interactions. So you see these round circles that pop up. They're telling you, okay, currently I'm open to this slicer. You can, when you click on anything, I get filtered. But then when you close me, I do not get filtered by this slicer. So I've been closed, and then I cannot get filtered by this slicer. So that is what edit interactions is about. So I close this, and then I go off my edit interactions box. So when I click David Benson, watch, it doesn't do anything to this. It only filters down this. So that is what edit interactions is about for filter visuals. So that's what. So you can decide to bring it back up or something depending on what you want. All right. So very quickly, I want us to check the analytics tab. So so I'm opening a new page. I want us to quickly check the analytics tab. So let's use the line visual to check what this is about. The analytics tab. So this is the analytics tab. So I want to perform some analytics on this. So I want to see how I've been performing with respect to time. So my time by sales. Sorry, click the wrong thing. By sales. Yep. Oh wow. So here, this is a line visual, but it's choked up, so that's why I have so many values. Okay, so I can see that they're all choked up. I want to see if there's a trend. I can see between 8 o'clock to 9:42. I've had so many sales. Oh, let me not do sales. Let me do quantity. So I want to see how many people come in. How much of sales do I make? I don't want to see amount of sales. I want to see how much. I want to see quantity. How much of sales do I make with respect to time? So so now I can see they're all choked up. I want to see if there's a trend at all. Does it mean can I say from this visual that between 9 and 9:30 I sell more? Can I say I sell more between 8:15 to 8:30? Can I see a trend? So all I need to do is come to the analytics tab, go to the trend line, and add a trend line. Oh wow. So automatically it places a trend line for me. This is the black line. This black line is the trend line. And this trend line tells me that if you look closely, you see there's a slight increase as you go towards 9 o'clock to 9:30, which shows that, oh, between from 8:45 upwards, I actually sell a little more than I sell between 8:15 to 8:45. Oh, so maybe I need to just add more salespersons between 8:45 and 9:30. So something like that. So that this shows me a trend. I could also check the maximum line. Where does the maximum line come in? Oh, okay, I can see that. Okay, it was around 9. It's usually around 9:40 that I have my maximum sales. So that is what the analytics tab does for you. It just tells you one or two things about your data. It shows you trends. You can also add an average line, so on and so forth. So that is what the analytics tab is about. All right. So very quickly, I just want to show us one or two things. We're almost done. So I'm going to bring this back up. And here you have so many things you can do with your data. I told you we use the home, insert, and view tab. So on the home tab, I can add a text box. So I can decide to add a text box and say domino sales. Also increase the size of this to 20. Yeah. Add this text box. Make this bold. This is also a visual. Bring this down. I could also insert an image. So I can decide to insert image on that insert tab. So if I had an image, I could go to my desktop or wherever my image is placed and insert an image. So I'll just click here and look for my image and insert it. Sorry, I don't have any image to insert. Okay, I think I have. Okay, time is fast spent. So let me just leave that to you to work on. I could also insert shapes. For example, I wanted to categorize this part of my data into one. So I could put this shape here, drag it down, decide to remove fill. So here, I can decide that, okay, I want this data, this particular visual. So that is what you can do with your data. So the last but not the least thing we're going to look at today is, sorry. Okay. The last but not the least thing we're going to look at today is themes. So we have different themes in Power BI. So you can decide to choose whichever theme you want. You can do this and choose this one. Or I usually prefer to choose this. So you can do this. So you can choose whatever theme you want. You can import themes and all. And then another thing you can do is you can snap your visuals to grid lines. So, oh, I've snapped it to grid already. So you want them to be properly aligned. You can snap it to grid line. You can also make your grid lines show so that you would be able to arrange your visuals properly as you want. So all in all, I think I'm done for today. All in all I would tell us is you cannot learn visualizations in a day. The best way to learn visualizations is to practice. So come to the home tab, come to insert tab, check if there's anything you can do on your visuals that make it look perfect. I would have preferred to call it the summary report because this just shows me the summary of my total data. So I can rename this. I told us we can rename our pages. Rename this, I double clicked. So I can double click on this too. And rename as maybe I can say detailed report. Yeah, and so on. So you can name your data. So I'll just tell us that to learn visualizations, you would most likely not learn it in a day. What you have to do is try to work with data sets. Try to create visuals from these data sets. See what they look like. See the changes you can perform on them. See the formatting options you can do with them and all. If you are confused, Bing it. Check Bing. and all. That is the way to learn. Just move around, just go around, just try other visuals. And definitely someday perfect. So that is what visualization is about. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very
Any questions?
much, Abisola. You've done justice to this. Thank you very much.
I have a
So
question.
please,
I have a
Abisola,
question.
your data sets and your video will be uploaded
Okay.
immediately. I need all of us to try out what she has done. Let's do something better than the summary report you are seeing now. So once you can do something better than this, please showcase it on the group chat. So let us
I have a
comment on what.
question.
So questions,
Um,
please.
okay.
Okay. Question.
Abiola, thank you for the great
Okay.
presentation. But
Abisola. Okay.
Abisola, okay, I'm missing, but Abisola, yeah. One thing I noticed and I want to ask now, there is
Okay.
something about your visual which is
Okay.
attractive in terms of your color combination, the way you suit those color to meet the need of the data. So the question now is that, is there a fundamental rule which you are using in the uh, color selection? Because I don't know. Maybe you can, in that regard, what can we do in order to make our presentation, our data to be more appealing towards the
Okay.
colors selection? Yeah.
So honestly, for this particular class, I did not do any formatting. I told you I just ran away from all the formatting options because I knew we wouldn't have enough time because you can actually come here to change your data colors and all. Honestly, there's no fundamental rule. You can make use of Power BI themes if you are not too good with combining colors, like I explained earlier. So you can just come to the View tab and use Power BI themes. Power BI themes combine colors well. I've noticed that. So, for example, if I click this, see, the Power BI themes combine colors well. So I can just decide that, okay, I don't want this as green. Let me just change this to black or something. So, or you take each of the visuals yourself and change the colors on the formatting pane. So there's no fundamental rule to changing colors. I think most of the time it has to do with what kind of colors do you like, what kind of colors go together, then how appealing does it look? Is it choking to the eye? That is what it has to do with. And you could show someone else too. You could show someone, what do you
Okay.
think
So in
about?
addition to what you said,
Yes.
I will suggest it's all about your creative ideas. So just be creative with whatever you are doing. She has mentioned themes. So make use of the theme. The themes will actually help you come up with beautiful colors. And also be conscious of the color scheme of your clients.
Yes.
If a client asks me to get a work done for them, let me think through. For example, MTN, we all know MTN is yellow, and I'm selecting a color scheme like what I'm seeing on the screen that is promoting more of green. Then I should be careful delivering that report to them. So you need
Yes.
to also consider the client you are working with. There are so many things that has to do with that. But the more you are creative, and most especially ladies, they are good in visuals. I give it to them. But if you are creative, you can deliver something better. That is just the secret. Thank you. Any other question?
Uh, Good afternoon. Do you have a question?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, for example, um, we have the what's it called? Uh, Let me say what's it called the target and the sales on a single
Okay.
table. For instance, I have a large data maybe for sales data, then I have a multiple uh, KPI. Let's say quantity sales for this particular month. And maybe maybe I have multiple KPIs. You understand? So
Okay.
is it ideal to actually summarize the table? For instance, on your sales table, maybe you have maybe salesperson, maybe about 5, for instance. and then you have this large data. Is it appropriate to write the large table and then match it with the KPI, or you do a relationship between the sales table and then the KPI, and then be able to run your indicators and stuff? So how appropriate is actually, what is the most appropriate way to actually go about it?
Okay.
Do you understand
So
my
if I may come in there,
Okay.
if you have a multiple KPI, it's better you store them in a table.
Yes.
From your model, you can actually create a table on the fly and set up all your KPIs there. And your KPIs, they can come in as different lines, target line on your line graph. If you don't want to do that, you can use indicators. That's conditional formatting. Tomorrow,
Okay.
I hope the man taking tomorrow can help us with conditional formatting. The time is gone now. So you can set up conditional formatting that will come up with.
Do you mean Monday?
You said, oh, sorry, Monday.
Oh, you said tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. Okay, good.
Sorry,
Thank
on
you.
Monday, please. The man taking the second visualization. So let's see if you can touch conditional formatting, where you can have indicators, red, yellow, and green. So that can help out in that area and so on. So let's leave it till Monday and see if you can touch. If not, the advanced section will definitely deal with things like this. Thank you.
Okay.
Another question.
I also like to. Hello, please. I also like to appeal that please we should make the video available as soon as possible so that we can.
We will try. This video will be ready immediately. So once we are through, the man in charge will put it in the cloud for us to have access to. Another question.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So thank you very much. So I appreciate you all. This is
okay. Hello.
Question.
No, just question? To appreciate that. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Well
Thank you
done,
very much.
Abisola.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abisola.
Thank you very much. Thank you too.
Now,
God bless you, Abisola.
Thank you so much, Abisola.
Thank you very much.
Great. So please, let's feel free to go back to our what's it called, our feedback form. Okay, Abisola, where's your face again?
Okay.
Let's go back to our feedback form.
All right.
So the feedback form, I trust Paul will drop the link in our group chat. I need us to go into the group chat and pick up those forms for use. So let's get back to our feedback form. So that is one. And number two, let's get prepared for Monday. We are taking this further. That's the what's it called? The formatting, the conditional formatting, and the visualization to part 2. And also, we are going to do more of mobile, web, and publishing on Tuesday next week. We have a great presenter that will be coming up on Tuesday to show us that. And on Wednesday next week. So we are going to round up this. We have done a nice presentation. How do you go about sharing your presentation with people? So for those of us that have created the account, we start using our account from Monday next week. So let's get prepared to use this. So if you don't have your account, get a business account for yourself. Or if you can work out a way around it, we'll see what we can do. But we need all of you to get prepared. And if you don't have Power BI mobile on your mobile phone, I will encourage you, go to your app store or the store available on your mobile phone, and then we want you to do a mobile version, put it on your mobile phone. Let's share with ourselves and let's make comment on what we've done. So thank you very much. I appreciate you all. So Abisola, thank you. You are great. You've done well. We appreciate. And you are still coming up during the advanced section. I hope you've not forgotten. During the advanced section, we are expecting to take role level security. lot of people have been asking questions around road level security, and we'll be happy to have you again to trash everything around road level security. So thank you all for today. So let's next time on Monday, same time on Monday, we'll meet to take this further. Thank you all. You have a nice time.
Thank you, Abisola.
Bye. Thank you, Abisola.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Okay.